Which search results would you prefer your child to see? The one on the left is unfiltered. The one on the right is filtered. I choose the one on the right. Hi, this is a public service video with the goal of being able to teach parents how to create family-friendly internet web search environments. My name is Daniel Figueroa. I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to modify your home network so that your child is able to search the internet and not have obscene pornographic material be the search results. As long as a child is utilizing your home internet connection, whether it's Wi-Fi or a LAN cable connection, your child will be protected. Using the special back-end method, your child can be on any device, and there's no software configurations installed on the child's device or your own personal devices. Please note that this will not work if your child is using wireless telecom internet, such as a cell phone internet, the 4G. The cell phone settings can be altered, but that's for another video. So let's get started. We're going to make changes to your home router modem settings. We're going to alter the DNS address settings so that the searches will bypass your carrier's server and hit a more family-friendly server. There's a few well-respected DNS companies out there. OpenDNS and Clean Browsing are the most prominent one. So let me do a quick Google search. All you have to do is Google search family-friendly DNSs. You'll notice that OpenDNS is here and Clean Browsing is right there. I personally use the Clean Browsing, so that's the one this video is going to cover. So let's close that, and we're going to have, this is a Clean Browsing website. That said, they're both configured the exact same way, so if you learn how to do one, you can certainly do the other. So the Clean Browsing has 4 plans. Let me scroll down here to the plans real quick. They have 4 plans: the security filter, the adult filter, the family filter, and the paid option. I personally use the adult filter. The difference between the adult filter and the family filter is that the family filter prevents the end user from using proxies and VPNs. With my work and my wife's work, we both connect into remote office sites sometimes. We connect using VPNs, so the family option doesn't work for us because it just creates a conflict with the VPNs, network errors. So we utilize the adult filter. That said, if you're not connecting into an office remotely and do not need a VPN, and that you don't need a VPN for work, I strongly recommend you utilizing the family filter. The setups for both of them, whether you use the adult or the family one, are exactly the same. You choose whatever works best for your family. In this exercise, we're actually going to cover the family filter, but like I said, I utilize the adult filter. Again, the beauty of this setup is that you only have to configure the router once. You may have 6 devices. Let's just say you have 2 laptops, 1 PC, 1 tablet, and 1 phone. You won't have to make any changes to any of them as long as you're connected to your home network. You might need to restart them, but that's about it. So let me show you what the search results are utilizing the word, this word here. So this is a search result utilizing this word. And I'm going to connect through a VPN. So again, like I said, this doesn't work with a VPN. So I'm connecting through a VPN. This is the, if you go into Google and you type in this search, these are the results that you're going to get. I have 2 elementary kids, and this isn't the results that I want them to stumble upon. Once again, the router setting, once the router settings are configured, the results that you're going to see will be this here. As you can see, the results are a bit more educational in nature. That also said, to prove the point even further, you can click on videos, and you'll notice that there's nothing obscene or graphic. I'm not going to click on the other browser because it's certainly not kid friendly. So let's get started. We're going to go to www.cleanbrowsing.org website. I'll have a show link on the notes below. We're going to scroll down again to the family filters, and we're going to click on the more details. This is the one we're going to install. We're going to install the family filter one. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to click on the more details, and we're going to scroll up slightly, and we're going to see where it says family filter, and we're going to be using two numbers. They're called IP addresses. We're going to grab this one, and we're going to grab that one. Each set again is there's 4 sections of 3 digits. They're separated by a little period there. So again, this is the first one, and that is the second one. So we're gonna write down those numbers. It's probably best to write them down. It's going to be helpful for you. And then we're going to begin by logging onto our routers. So let's log into our routers. Now let's log into the router or the modem. To log into the router or modem, you'll need to open up your browser and type in either 192.168.1.1 or 10.0.0.1. I'll put both of these addresses in the show notes for your reference. These are the 2 most common router addresses utilized. If you don't work, if these 2 don't work for you, you may click on the little search icon, the search web address icon, and type in command, and then hit enter. You'll see the command prompt open. You're going to click on open, or you can just click enter. When the command prompt opens, you're going to type in IP config and then hit enter. Once you hit enter, you're going to look for a line that says default gateway and use the IP address that's associated with it. So in this instance, that's the default gateway, and that's what it's associated with it. In my instance, it is 10.0.0.1, and so that's what I'm going to use to get into my router. The default gateway is another technical term utilized for referencing your router or modem. Back on my browser, I'm going to type in, so I'm going to close this. On my browser, I'm going to type in 10.0.0.1. And a login prompt appears. I'm going to type in my user ID and my password. If you don't know what your user ID and password is, please reference your user manual. There's probably a default user ID and password. It might also be on a sticker underneath or on the back side of your router or modem. The keywords to see if you're getting it correctly is it's going to have the IP address, which would, in this case, mine would say 10.0.0.1, and maybe the username is going to be similar to the word administrator or admin. Those are 2 of the more common utilized usernames if you haven't changed your user name. So let me log in, and I'll be right back. Now that we're in the router, we want to navigate to the advanced internet setup. In my instance, I have a basic tab, which you can see right here to the left, and an advanced tab. I'm on the advanced tab. I'm going to click on setup, and then I'm going to click on internet setup. I'm going to scroll down, and the first setting I'm going to pass is going to be the internet IP address. It should say get dynamically from ISP. That's correct, and we're not going to make any changes to it. We're going to scroll right past it down to another section where it says domain name server address. It might also be named DNS address. This is currently set up to get automatically from the, well, I'm sorry. You're going to see it like this, and it's going to say get automatically from the ISP. You're going to change it. You're going to click on the use these DNS servers, and you're going to put in the new internet server addresses. So in this instance, we're going to go to the clean browser website. We're going to find the two IP addresses. So in this instance, it's the 185.228.168.168. And we're going to type them in here. I already have them typed in because they were already my current settings. So again, 185.228.168.168. We're going to go down to the second DNS, and we're going to utilize the second DNS IP address, which is the 185.228.169.168. And we're going to go to your network address, the secondary one, and we're going to type in 185.228.169.168. Now, my router allows 3 DNS IP addresses, but I'm going to leave the third one blank. It's okay. If yours has 3 or 4, you can leave the extra ones blank. Now I'm going to click on the right-hand side. I'm going to click the apply button. So I'm going to click apply. Yours might have a save button and an apply. You should get an update settings. What it's doing is it's synchronizing the settings. It's pushing them through the router itself. It's going to update the settings. It may, the screen itself might take a couple minutes, maybe a minute or two. It'll come back to the regular screen. That being the case, if you go now and you go to a Google search, so we're going to go to Google, and you type in a word like this, and you don't get it, don't be alarmed. It might take about 10 to 15 minutes to sync with a new DNS filters, because you're sending it to a new ISP, a new DNS server. It might take 10 to 15 minutes. If 15 minutes pass and it's still not filtering, then you might want to try restarting the devices. But it shouldn't be needed. You should not need to restart your devices. But once the router is synced, your search results will look like this, and the videos will look like this for similar search results.